I have developed a fully functional inventory management system with proper package structure, such as model, repository service, and controller with 100% test coverage. And the technologies I have used Spring Boot 3.3 and Java 17 and MySQL 8 with the dual interface, one with the API and the other one with the Themeleaf user interface. I had used Mistral, CodeStral to develop this application. Guess how many prompts I would have used? Do you want to know the answer? Continue watching this video till end. Before we get started, I'm regularly publishing videos on artificial intelligence, Python, Java, and Node.js, and other technical and informative videos on tech nuggets. Please subscribe and share it and like it. Let's get started. First of all, what is CodeStral? CodeStral is Mistral AI's first ever code model designed for code generation tasks, and it is fluent in 80 plus programming languages. It's perfect. So it should cover all of the languages, most of the languages. And if you look at the benchmark, it's really pretty impressive. With Python, it is 81%, 78 with the it's impressive score what you have. And with the SQL with Spider score, it is 63.5. And other languages, average, it is on 91.6 and 61.5%. Or the other languages, which include C++ and Bash and Java, especially Java. This one covers for Java 63.3 and PHP 68 on other you can see. Overall, human evolve 61% by average. And human evolve Java, FIM Java, it's really good. That is 90.3% and the average is 91.6%. Okay, let me use Spring Initializer to generate a base skeleton code for inventory management system. For that, we visit start.spring.io, then choose Java as a language, project build system as a Maven, and Spring Boot version is 3.3.1, and group name is com.tn, that is TNS Tech Nuggets, and artifact is invent. So the name is inventory. Your description will be inventory management system. Then package automatically generated based on com.tn.inventory, and the packaging system is a jar file, and importantly Java version 17. The dependencies which we are selected as Spring Web, Spring.jpa because you are a data JPA persistence part, and MySQL as a driver. That's because now the backend is MySQL. Let's go ahead and generate. Perfect, it was generated. I've extracted the inventory zip file as created a inventory Spring Boot as a new folder, and this is how the source looks like. It's RC main Java resources, and you have a POM file. Let's go ahead and import this into Eclipse and start playing with it. Let's go ahead and import the project. For that, you go here and say import existing Maven project from, then choose a folder. Right. Awesome. It's imported. You can see that. Let me go ahead and generate the project code. That's the source code. I'm using LeChat. The model is CodeStral here. You can see the web version I'm using. Okay. That's what the prompt. Started generating. Perfect. Okay. It should be done in a couple of seconds. Awesome. It's completed. Let us see the generated code. First is inventory as an entity file. And importantly, it is taken care of with Jakarta.persistence because it's a Java 17 specific. So the previous version used to have Java X persistence. And also you can see nicely the package is been created, com.tn inventory.model, and all the fields, that is ID, inventory name, description, quantity. Then we have a repository class that's under repository folder. Then we have a service class under service folder, inventory service. Then we have inventory controller under controller package. Then it's got all CRUD methods here. List, get, save, delete. And finally, it has got application property files, which includes the database configuration side. Okay. After importing the project, I created 4 packages: model, controller, repository, and service. Then I pasted the code for model, inventory. Then I created a getter setter. Then I pasted repository, service, controller. Then finally copied the application.properties. And this username password I will replace while running with the actual one. I change the DB. Now let me generate test classes for service and controller classes. Awesome. So it generated a test classes. It created a base test class. Let's try to cover 100% code coverage on service and controller. It should update it. So it should update for all other methods. Awesome. So it's generating with. Okay, I have created a test package. Then I move these 2 classes. That is inventory service controller and controller test and service test. And few errors were there. I just again check with CodeStrol, and it really gives a very responsive corrections with the proper code. Okay, now let us build and check. Let's inspect this form file. We have a TN snapshot. Then it's got a dependencies proper, JPA web, connector MySQL, and starter test, and Maven plugin. Okay, let's go ahead and build those. That is, let's say clean and install. Perfect. So it's running because we have so many test classes. Let's try to build everything and check. Awesome. It took 14 seconds. Now let's run this and check. There are multiple ways you can build as a jar file, and you can Java jar. So I'll run it from my Eclipse IDE itself. So go ahead and Java run as a Spring application. It should start in a couple of seconds. I hope it started. Yeah, it started. Okay, let's go and check this, because you can see port 8080 and the context path. Let us check this URL in the browser. Awesome. So you can see there is an empty array list with the inventory API. Perfect. It's okay. The API is okay. Now the API is ready. The way you can test is you can use any test client and test it. However, we are not going to do that. Let's go ahead and add a UI interface for this, and we'll check that. Okay, let's go ahead and add ThemeLeaf and Bootstrap. Okay, so we are asking the Maven dependency and asking CodeStrol to generate a controller class. Awesome. Let's generate. It is perfectly generated the code. It is added created a dependency for ThemeLeaf and Bootstrap with jars on the version, and also it created a dependency for locator. And also it created a controller with the UI inventory with all related methods: add, edit, delete. And also it's saying other HTML to be generated, but it is not giving. And this is a sample. How do you import this? Since it's not generated any HTML template, let's go ahead and ask to generate those templates. Okay, it started generating. Awesome. So it'll have a list, add, modify, delete. Done. Okay. I've created the required template files under SRC main resources. Under templates folder, you can see there are three HTML: list, add, edit. This is a list, and add and inventory. I will insert it. And let me explain how does this UI controller works. For example, when it gets a request, it's a MVC based model and a view controller, and the view will be inventory list. This inventory list will expect your corresponding inventory list HTML. It will be redirected there. The same way for add, there is an inventory add. That is what you see under templates you have add. Okay. Then you have a redirects UA inventory and edit. Same way. Let us go ahead and build and test this new UI controller with brand new user interface. Right. And let's go ahead and say that's as usual. Pin install. And it should run for a couple of seconds because let us go ahead and run the main application from the IDE. As I mentioned earlier, there are multiple ways to run this. One is to you generate a jar file and you use a java-jar command, use a jar file. And the other way around is running from IDE. So I'll use this IDE option, springboot.app. It should run. Yeah, perfect. It started. Let's go ahead and check this application. Awesome. You are able to see the very nice UI with all beautiful interface. Let's go ahead and add an inventory. Say laptop, same value, plus a 10 quantity. Awesome. You add one more. So, we shall. Perfect. So the way we edit here is go ahead and edit. Clean. Okay. Let's add one more product. Maybe say cell phone, and you can notice this IDs are automatically generated. The sequence. I'll show you the database how it represents. And now let's check the API part. Perfect. Okay, so you will be able to see all three records. And also now let's go ahead and use the delete one. Perfect. It's getting deleted also. Now let us take a look at MySQL DB side. What happened after this Spring Boot application thing. For example, this is MySQL DB 8.2 and this is MySQL Workbench, and Technuggets is my schema, and tables if you go and you see the table called inventory. Now let's see alter table, just see the content, created ID with primary key, not null, and auto increment, and rest of the fields automatically created. Now let's see the raw content of this. Your select 100 rows, you will see there is a 3 records listed. That's the same thing what you've seen in the API inventory, that is with the JSON and user interface. Now that we have seen that how I used CodeStall to develop this application with the minimal prompts. So that's easy. So you explore it, extend it, like it, share it, and subscribe it. Thank you. We'll see you next time.